Hi, welcome. Now I'm going to show you how to bring text file data into the Excel worksheet to do a pivot table. Okay, so what I have here is the tab delimited data. This example is for tab delimited data source. Okay, so the data what I have is the product, customer, categories, and the sales for the month from January to April. Each record is each column is separated by tab. Okay, so this tab delimited data I'm going to bring into Excel and do the pivot table. Okay, so what I'm having here is the brand new worksheet and I'm going to bring the data. So there are two possibilities are there. People tend to think that just insert insert a pivot table, and if you choose this one, instead of here you can go here, use the external source and choose a connection. Okay, so this type of bringing the text files is not working properly in Excel. Okay, so what we need to do is we cannot bring this way and directly to pivot table. It's a kind of workaround that you must go to the data and data from text. Okay, in the data tab you have the get external data group. Okay, in the group you bring from text. Okay, from the text you go and bring it from your data files. What I have is tab delimited data source.txt. double click. So what you have here is the original data type. What data is this, delimited or fixed width? If it is delimited. If it is fixed width, select fixed width. This is a tab delimited data, so delimited. My data has the address. Yes, the data got the address, and you also have the possibility to select it from the second row or third row and so on. Okay, you can omit a few rows from the beginning, but in my case I select it from the first row. Then press OK. Then you have delimiters. For me this file is for tab. Okay, so since I press tab, it puts the lines here so that it separates the columns according to the tab. Okay, you have different delimiters. You can put different delimiters also. Treat constructive delimiters as one. Okay, you can treat if you have multiple delimiters in the same place and you want to treat it as one, you can treat as one. If you don't treat it, it will, if you have multiple delimiter, each delimiter will give a blank column. Okay, a column. Okay, so the next one is press S, then you define the columns type. Okay, column data type is, you have general, but this one is text, we know that. Similarly for the second one is text, third one is text, and fourth is text. Okay, the remaining four columns are number columns, sales columns. Okay, then you go to the sales columns. You also define the advance, and you can put the decimal separation and so on. Okay, so I just press OK. Then it has the options that whether select how you want to view this data. Okay, you want to view it in the Excel sheet, or you want to view it in the table. Okay, but there is options for pivot table report which is not on for this is disabled for this one. Okay, for the text files. For the other MDB and SQL Server imports, so you have that option open, so you can straight away create the pivot table. For the text files you need to put as a table first. Okay, then press OK. Then it imports the table. Okay, then once it imports the table, then use the table to create your the table is already there, and it got okay, about 277 records. Okay, now from the table you create your pivot table. You just select your data. Okay, probably for I'll make it bigger. Okay, once you select it, then go to insert pivot table. The range is already, you selected the data range, which is the choose the data that you want to analyze. Select the table or range. Okay, then go to the worksheet. Where do you want to put the pivot table to be? Okay, this is the pivot table source data. This is the where do you want the pivot table to be in the new worksheet. Press OK. Then once you pressed OK, it goes to the new worksheet and showing two things. One is the pivot table report area, and the other one is the pivot table fields selection. Okay, the pane. From here you select your own fields, and it will reflect in the pivot table. Product and the product count. Okay. Okay, now this is the way you can bring your text file data into the pivot table. Okay, so the file is the source data is, you have one more step to bring the source data first to the sheet and make the pivot table. Okay, so you make any changes here in the table, it will reflect by refreshing the pivot table. Okay. Okay, so what we will do is we just change data's data, probably Alice Mutton to Mutton 1. Okay, then we will see, we save this. Okay, I just refresh this, so it is not reflected here. Okay, and in the original data, okay, now you refresh it. Now you can see it is here. Okay, so this is more like okay, I will put 2. I will show you one more time. I put 2. Okay, I just close, save it. Okay, so the data file is changed, so I refresh here. Okay, but the pivot table is not changed because the pivot table is based on the Excel worksheet data. Okay, so to refresh from the file, what you need to do is that you need to refresh the data first. How to refresh the data first? Go to the data tab and refresh. Okay, so you go here and take the file which you selected before. Okay, the same file. Then once it comes here, then you go there and refresh the table, pivot table. Now you can see the Alice Mutton 2, the pivot table is refreshed. Okay, this is actually this is because some people, what they will do, they will keep the pivot table and this data, right? This is from the Excel sheet. Every month they will change the Excel. Okay, they may be receiving the Excel workbooks and Excels from some other department or what. Okay, they keep one Excel worksheet report for the pivot table. Okay, then if it is some other database, you can refresh the table. It will automatically refresh from the SQL Server table. Then if you refresh, it will automatically pick it from the database itself. But in this case, it is picking from the sheet. So what it is, two steps involved. One, you need to refresh the data itself first, okay, then selecting this month file, okay, then once you refresh, then go to refresh the pivot table. Okay, this is how it is working in text files for the importing text files information into the Excel worksheet and creating a pivot table. Okay, hope my video is helpful to you. If you like my video, kindly press the subscribe to my channel, which is already there, and the Allen button is already there in the screen. And God bless you.